Consent agenda cases, administratively closed cases, that includes only 226-19. I'm going to do these as a group unless somebody wants to pull out any of these for discussion. Consent agenda also includes item B, unfounded, which are the numbers that are on the agenda. And item C, which is unfounded and exonerated, which is 116-19. I would accept a motion to move all of the items on the consent agenda forward.
I would like
to.
I do have some I would like to discuss.
Okay, we need a motion and a second, and then we can open it for discussion, okay?
I move that we move these cases through the process as found.
Second.
Okay, discussion.
So there was an individual who called the police, and because they had visiting family members and there was some kind of custody dispute, people showed up at her door and she was assaulted. She called the police about the assault. But in the letter, the police that showed up were called by the people who were contesting custody and showing up at her house. So while the woman was expecting the police to come on her call, that's not what the officers were there for, and so her expectations were different based on thinking they were responding to her. I'm just wondering if how does that work out? It was never stated in this letter that the complaint she made was ever addressed. So her calling the police saying, I was assaulted and by these people at my door, did she ever get redressed for that? Was there ever a police officer called for her case?
Vice Chair Fine, Member Armijo Pruitt, I would have to look at the CAD dispatch, but logic would tell me that if squads go to a particular address and there's multiple calls, then those officers would handle all of the calls associated with that address.
Right. I would assume the same. The tone in the letter, the draft letter, the response sounds as though this woman is saying, I was assaulted. The police show up and she says, are you going to do anything? They assaulted me. She had called the police, had been waiting for them to come, and they said that's not what we're here for. So that I do have questions about this case, about how this woman's claim of assault was dismissed. And there wasn't any indication to the contrary of that in the draft letter.
So your question is, was that piece left out of the letter, or did it not happen?
Exactly.
Okay. I understand your question, and you don't have an answer right now.
Vice Chair Fine, Member Armijo Pruitt, I would just refer you to the investigative file then.
Okay.